Olympian Stacey Augmon and All-American Larry Johnson. Fast-paced basketball action coming up next here on NBC. Right now into the second match. Don Moser out of Peoria, Illinois, begins on lane 21.
Moser came up right there. 17.
Don was voted the 88 Western Region Player of the Year. 89 was even better. He earned $43,000 plus last year. This year, more than $54,000 in the bank. Here's our first look at the defending champion from Freehold, New Jersey. Parker Bohn III. His nickname is Butch, the only left-hander, as Earl mentioned, in this field. Final five. Problem early on, leaves a 2-4.
Just a little opening jitters there, Jay, which is normal. Parker playing an extremely outside angle, right near the edge of the field. He's been playing around the 7 board all week long, which is between the second and third arrow, and arcing the ball out. A lot of big hook on the back end. This is a real stylist. This young man has great fundamentals. Watch the balance at the foul line. Good follow through.
Perfect space in the second. The first, excuse me.
And a win today would put him number 3 on the money list for 1990, just behind Chris Warren and Amleto Monticelli.
And there's a good look at the form. I'm talking about the high backswing, but watch the position at the foul line. The great knee bend and balance. That's what creates consistent shots. And he stays with that ball real long, gets all that revolution on it, all that backhand. Watch this ball. Maybe too much.
Yeah, that thing was really spinning going down there. He's left the 10.
Another look at the form from the back. The high backswing. Between the first and second arrow, going away. Ball just hit too hard.
Parker space.
Don Moser finished second in the Fairlanes Open in Baltimore, Maryland. Second seeded, he got by Pete Weber before falling to Danny Wiseman.
Back in the fight.
2-4-5 lead.
Here's a good look at the form of Don Moser. We're going to give you a chance to see it from a couple of angles here. From the back on the left there, and from the side. Very classic style, good long push away, but watch how straight his swing is, right straight through, and that's why his ball goes down and in. Players that hit the ball a lot, their swing will be behind their body a little bit, from behind them out to the right. That's what creates the big hook in the back. It's the arc of the swing and the angle of the swing. Don Moser is being very straight. Goes down the lane, straight down the lane, a little hook on the back end.
That's a wonderful shot provided by our director, Kevin Schenk, and his crew, who bring you the sights and sounds of the fall tour. And they're all down for Don. Again, the scoring $15 a pin. Don't forget the scoring. It's nice for the charity.
It is. It's great for the charity, and Brunswick, of course, being very much involved in a lot of charities, and this being a major event for them. Parker Bohn has to get it going here. He doesn't want Moser to get away from him early.
Parker brings that one in. There's his wife, Mary, and their young son, Parker the fourth, is here somewhere. I saw him earlier. He slept through the presentation last year. High game of $299 for Bohn this week. He's had 4 300 games in 1990. Having a very good year. He's won $124,000 plus. Moser, eyes closed. For Bohn on 21. We'll be back with more of the Brunswick World Open from Glendale Heights, Illinois, in just a moment.
Yeah, I think they're going.
Call in my Toyota.
They're in lightning. Sunday.
Parker Bohn with a 17-pin lead. Moser in the fifth left a 4-6-10. Ended up open. And now Parker.
Oh, that same combination. It's
in the
4.
fifth frame for him.
And the lanes are going through, I think, Jay, a little transition period now, as they will. The more the players roll the ball down the lane, the more they move the oil around. And, of course, a little heat in the building and the humidity changes. The oil moves a little bit, but they'll adjust to it. And the scoring will, I'm sure, start up.
League bowlers, you can register to compete in the Bud Light National Bowling Hall of Fame Tournament, 10th year, and an expense-paid trip to the Stepladder Finals in St. Louis in May. And you'll bowl side by side with Hall of Famers. The registration fee is $1. Proceeds benefiting the National Bowling Hall of Fame and Museum. For more information, contact your local bowling proprietor or call that number right there, 314-231-6340.
Got that messenger.
We're talking about today, this new pin that Brunswick has, and this is the first week it's been in play. And what a pin! Watch this. This ball almost went to channel. It's right on the edge. Comes all the way back, and you can see the head pin come off the wall, take out the set, and the reaction of Parker Bohn.
He loved it. Moser on 22 strikes. He's down 15 pins.
Seems to strike as well.
I mentioned the fact that the lanes are changing a little bit. The players have to make a few adjustments. Moser, last shot on this lane, the fifth frame left the 4-6-10. The ball just took a little more than he expected. Let's see if he makes an adjustment. The logical thing here is just a little more ball speed or look a little farther down the lane. Delay the break on the ball.
Those are weak down.
Certainly did. That's a big strike for him in the seventh. We'll be back with more of the $200,000 Brunswick World Open right now. This from your local station. One wonderful gentleman there, Arnie Fogel, president of Brunswick Recreation Centers, on hand today with his wife, and also sitting next to him is Fred Florjanik, the president of Brunswick Bowling and Billiards Division from Kalamazoo, and his missus is here. Fred's just back from Japan. Brunswick very excited about what's happening internationally in the world of bowling. They're selling more than 40% of their product internationally now.
Bowling is growing dramatically in Europe and Asia, Jay, and matter of fact, I'll be going over to Asia in August. I'm looking forward to that trip.
I'm sure they'll enjoy seeing you. Parker Bohn up by 5, 7th frame, lane 22 strikes.
Parker doubles.
It takes a lot of courage and a lot of trust to throw the ball that near the channel. Look at that much on the back end. I'll tell you what, it makes me nervous just watching him. One little mistake, and you don't get any. There's a big difference between a strike and zero.
Here's where we are in the second match.
It's going up. Oh.
7-10 split.
And that's been the thing that has cost more bowlers this week in crucial shots. They've really revved it up. You can see he's got a lot on this ball. It looks too far, too late behind the head pin. And the 7-10. Bad break. Terrible.
Ouch. That
the lead now is 1 pin.
Don Moser, 8th frame, chance to make that 11 pin, or actually 9 because he's 1 behind.
Right.
Excuse me. Big strike here for him.
Can he get it? He does. Good pin action again.
The good breaks and the bad breaks, Jay, and in one game match, anything can happen, as you know. And you saw the bad break for Parker Bohn, and here's another look at that shot on Moser and the pin action off the wall. Watch the head pin go to the side, come back, take out the 4-5-7.
Well, that one with the 10.
This match is very obvious. Will come down to the 9th or 10th frame. And That was a big shot there for Moser. That was his 9th frame. Parker Bohn still to bowl both the 9th and 10th. An 8-pin lead at this point for Don Moser with the spare.
Anybody's match right now.
And there's always that possibility of a tie whenever the count is in this situation. The 1 or 2 pin difference in count is what it really amounts to.
For Parker. Tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern, NFL Live, and OJ will visit with the general manager of the Chargers, Bobby Becker, who's doing a great job out there. Game time, it'll be the electrifying Chargers, winners of 4 of their last 5. They take on the Kansas City Club and their record-breaking sackmaster, Derek Thomas. Regional action also. You'll check your local listings, we hope, for the games seen in your area. NFL Live kicks it off tomorrow.
There it is, Jay.
You had been talking about, Earl, the possibility.
And it's such a small error because he's only got about a 1-inch target that he's playing on the edge of the lane. And watch how close this is. It rides the edge of the lane for almost the 50-foot mark before it falls off. And I'll tell you what.
Disaster for Parker Bohn.
Still has a chance to get the spare.
Yes, he does.
And a maximum score of 203.
But does recover with the spare.
A lot of disgust on his face, but that is
still forces Moser
very tough shot to overcome. A gutter ball in the 10th frame. Got the spare.
Now, 7 pins.
200 game. Scoring drops off here in this second match, as Moser had 249 in game 1 to defeat Mike Edwards, who had 238, and Parker
still needs a mark, Jay. Moser must mark to win this match. It's not over yet.
Pesky 10 pin.
Well, now all he has to do is get that 10.
And there is a little different perspective. You get a good look at what a professional does in a situation where he needs a mark. He doesn't take a chance. He knows he still wants to be aggressive and keep the ball in the pocket area, but what Moser did is he gave the ball a little more room and let it roll back up rather than force the ball for that 4-6-10, which was so costly for him in the 5th frame.
Bohn the third, in an effort to try and repeat here, is going to be defeated by Don Moser, who will move on to take on young Jimmy Johnson.
Well, as long as he doesn't foul or if he doesn't throw it in the channel, Jay. If he did that, we'd have a tie. Just hit the head.
All right.
Gets 8.
So Moser drops down to a 208 here, gets by Parker Bohn the third. Parker picking up $7,000.